Hello everyone, welcome to episode 35 of the Counting Stitches podcast. My name is Bianca, and this is my corner where I talk about crochet, knitting, and sometimes other crafts or random rants. You can find me on Ravelry as Bianca SCH and on Instagram as Jeopardize with an H after the J. So I'm still catching my breath. So I did a thing this month. I hope you're ready for this. Yeah. Good news, not everything in here is new. But yeah, I also had a case of cast-on-itis. Also mentioned I tried to find some of the designers. I actually purchased the pattern, but a lot of people popped up on my tablet. I can't find it right now, so I will add that down below. If you see me hesitating on stuff like that, I will park it down there. There. So yeah, I can't even give you numbers, so let's just get started with some things I finished. So last month, this is, by the way, this is Monday, April 7th or 8th, either way. But last month I made a green alpaca wool blend, a boomerang scarf, crochet. It was a bag o' day from a video tutorial here on YouTube. What is my camera trying to focus on? Because I'm not moving that much, right? I don't know. Maybe that, or is it trying to focus on a fish behind me? Because that would be weird. Also, got a new filtering system on my tank. Doing much better now. But yeah, my brain was like, we like that pattern. Let's do it again. And this is from Stash. This is an acrylic from Scheepjes Chunky Monkey. I don't know the colors anymore. It had been in Stash for a couple of years. This is yarn I bought from a near to me yarn store that isn't even in business anymore. But yeah, apparently I really enjoyed this pattern, so I made another one. And then my brain was like, again! So when I went with a friend to a music thing in his car, I made this with yarn I got from his mom. And she warned me, I have a lot of that, so yeah, never buy that. I'm not buying yarn at the moment, technically. This one is smaller, because I just used the entire cake that it came in. This is also 100% acrylic. Now, if you've been here for a while, you know I don't mind. That's what I was taught on. I will use either an and or. Yeah, this is a nice pink to brown, white. It's a good size if you don't want to drown in your scarf. So, and I'm rushing through this one because we've seen this on the last one. 4mm hook on the pink one, 8mm hook on the bright one. My mom hates this one. And then for contrast, my dad loves this. If anyone is ever wondering where my preference for certain things comes from, yeah. Like mom and my brother are way muted in their color choices, and me and my dad are like, bring on. Bring it on. We like us some bright colors. Yeah. And I'm just trying to fold this so it can fit back in its bin. It's not staying in this bin, by the way. I bought 3 of those. Because as I've mentioned before, I am trying to build up some stock to do markets eventually. And I have 3 bins with scarves, hats, or head related stuff, and tiny things. And when I get to that tiny things, you will get what I mean. So Same person also gifted me some cotton, so I made bandanas in 3 sizes. Not a particular pattern, just doing whatever. But yeah, I think I saw this one, or I've done this one before. It's just in my brain. And I have multiple colors, so I'm doing them in colors because apparently I like doing the same things now. I do not. It's a lie. I do not like to do the same things. But yeah, let me go a size up. So for reference, there we go. So I actually have baby, I think child, and it's all the same pattern. And I just chain a couple, and then I 40 in this case, and I slip stitch back on them, and I continue with the border. It's continuous actually, so great. But yeah, I still have one more to go, but I needed a palette cleanser, so there's just this one on the big size, and that should cover an adult. Now my hair is very much not suited for it, but hey, there you go. 4mm hook. Quick, easy, fun project. I also did some. Let me stack them so I don't need to show them individually. Now, I usually have issues with velvet or velvet related yarn. They make my brain go, huh? So I tend not to work with them. When I do find one that I am not going haywire over, yay go me. But yeah, 9 times out of 10 that ain't happening. I found some. There you go. Some scrunchies. Now I don't have enough hair for this, but yeah, scrunchies. And I am making tons of them. This is a good. There he is. We haven't seen him yet. Yep. Hello. Hello. And now he's like, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. So these are 5 in total in 3 colors. And then here is another 5 in 2 colors because I am still working on the black ones. This is the really dark blue. I have another, what do you call it? Like a long shapy thingy with a brownish tint, brownish purple, which I will also work on. But yeah, I'm doing little things at the moment, which is okay, right? And I like, because I also do big ones. But here are some more tiny stuff. Like more tiny stuff. Yeah. Because I do enjoy these though. They're cute. So baby socks. These are 0-3 months. Yeah, I'm enjoying these. So they're in my box of little stuff. I will also put the others back in there, and I will put them in their appropriate bin later on. So yeah, just flying through these. These socks are a free pattern from Ravelry, which I will put down below. I enjoy these. I think they're from Tin Can, but don't quote me on that quite yet, because my brain has been quite scattered. I messed up some of my meds last week, and I took them a week later than I was supposed to, so my brain is all fuzzy and foggy at the moment. Great sense. But yeah, I also finished my friend's sweater. She took it. She was here for the weekend of March 7th, March 7th, what do you call it? I finished it. I didn't get the chance to wash it or block it. She took it home. She can do that on her own. Well, you do that on your own. Speaking of, there she is, messaging. I also have a hoe, half finished object, which is a scrappy purse, which is also a Ravelry pattern. I got a coupon for Hobbii for my birthday, so I ordered a purse bottom. I also ordered a strap. Technically I should have 2 of each. They only had 1 strap, so it's okay. It came with the hardware. So I just need to attach that to that, which it will stretch, I checked. And otherwise I will just cut a bit off and make it smaller. The pattern is a scrappy pattern, which I did with a 4mm hook, some yarn I got on staycation, let me say that properly, with my friend. It's the yellowish, the brown and the dark brown. Otherwise it is full on scrap balls. So, and I enjoy this. I still need to weave in some ends on this, but I'm okay with that at the moment. Yeah, there you go. I'm pretty sure I messed up the pattern somewhere, because it kept moving to the side for me. Nobody will notice when it's done. I will line the thing and it will be fine. So I just need to finish this. I haven't been feeling like that quite yet. My intent is to do a crochet border through the holes of this thing and just sew it on. And I want that to be in the pink. There's a pink line going through the bag every now and then, which I do want to use down there as well. I think that will tie it in properly. After that, lining, adding straps and then lining, so you won't see any of the attachments. And why do I have one of you on this end? I have a loose end. Oh dear. But yeah. Yeah, I saw this pattern on someone's YouTube. I was like, oh, that should be fun. Of course, I remember neither. Otherwise I would have linked them both, but yeah. My brain is totally not cooperating. You ever have that? Like, and is it a dangerous kind of medication I take? No, it's just a vitamin. I inject it, but it's still vitamin. You don't realize how loopy you can get from shortage on that end. I'm just trying to tie the loose end before my entire thing goes poof. You don't realize how loopy you can get with a vitamin deficiency until it happens. Like, it can probably rain on your life. There we go. Good fun project. Took me a week because of the tiny things and because of, yeah, my brain being an asshole. So then we're going back to Golden Oldie because why not? Why not? So this is a vintage project I've been working on for my dad. It has been on hiatus for a while because I don't enjoy the very big needles. These are worked on a 4 and a 6 officially. I did them on a 4 or 4.5. I don't remember, and it doesn't matter at this point because I will, as long as I repeat it on both the sleeves, it'll be fine. I mean, if I do one sleeve in a 4, I can do the other one in a 4. If I do the one in 4.5, I need to do the other one in 4.5. For the bottom, no one's gonna look that close. So, especially not my dad. Vintage vintage 1984 pattern. This pattern is older than I am. It came from Jacqueline. This I know because I have been looking at that magazine for a while. I started this like a year ago, maybe even longer. I put it to the side and did not work on it. Now my brain realized, well, Dad's birthday's coming up in 2 weeks. Let's finish that sweater. Should totally do that. That's fine. So yeah, I picked it back up. I got some extra yarn because I did not have enough, and this is a 100% acrylic from the discount store that my grandma taught me how to knit with. So it's nostalgic for me. It'll be nostalgic for him because that was his mom. So that is retiring in 2 weeks, and I am making him a sweater. Guess Dad's favorite color. Guess my favorite color, by the way. Like I said, we like them bright. We like the in-your-face color. So yeah, I finished the body apparently, officially, because this isn't an 80s pattern. You work it flat. I had no intention of doing that. I had no intention of doing that whatsoever because of the big needles. Now I realized for the armholes I needed to, but yeah, the body, otherwise I worked in the round. I just mashed the back numbers and front numbers together, looked at how deep the sleeve was gonna be, and split at that point. There wasn't no math involved. There was no math involved. I'll be honest, I don't know that. It was just, I mashed some things together and yeah, I got a body. Now it is big. My dad isn't a really big man. This is 80s, and in the 80s you had a big roomy sweaters. You had big sleeves. You had big sleeves. You wanted to be able to scrunch that thing up. You wanted to look cool. I'm not from the 80s. I am a 90s baby. But, so, and that is from the 60s. But yeah, I'm holding this yarn double because of the giant needles. And I wanted this to be a really cozy fabric. So, there you go. I'm gonna pull up my pants. It's a good length. It will cover the butt, especially at the bottom, because this yarn tends to grow. Now, armhole are big. They're big, which there was supposed to be. Yeah, it's a good one. Now, my brain is already like, could we have done this from the top down? I don't know yet. The way it looks now, I will have yarn left over, and I might try. Because if my brain does not let this go, what is stopping me from mashing the numbers together the other way around, right? Though there might be some math involved right there, because yeah, if I work them top down, I might need to do some increases for sleeves and not just have just a box, which the box is very 80s, so I'll admit, but yeah. So that's gonna be fun. Not for now. I need to finish this. Because that is supposed to be Friday in 2 weeks. He's already having a countdown because my character comes from someone. So yeah. And I do the same thing. So this is how much I have left on the sleeve at the moment. I am working on it. I'm working on it flat. Am I enjoying that? No. But I'm doing it because I don't have a short enough wire to do it in a round. So yeah. Ribbing officially both on the body and the sleeves. You need to do 7 or 8 centimeters. I'm not doing that. I did 5. 5 is long enough. So I am still on increasing. I hope that hand will fit through that because he's a construction worker. He has massive hands. If not, I'm getting the sweater back. Also, if he's not wearing it, I will get the sweater back. Anyway, I'm not too bothered. So yeah, working on the sleeve. I'm increasing. I still have 5 increases to go. I'm working this up until 50 centimeters, which equals about 25 inch, I think. Yeah. I got some more yarn. There is still 4 on my dining room table. There's 2 in my bag, and these I am working with, which should be gone today. I have 2 weeks left, which I am hoping to finish the sweater in the week to come, so that I can still wash and block it. And I know this is a 100% acrylic, so technically you don't need to block it. I know this thing will grow. Like I said, I have been tightening it with this yarn. And Grandma didn't block, because Grandma tried that once and did it too wet apparently and had some mold or spots from the dampness in there. She said it took forever for it to dry. She's not doing it again. Which, you know, I can respect. I learned some stuff and I am trying it because I'm gonna say I'm the next generation. I'm not the next generation. My aunt was the next generation. And she didn't block either. So I am the first generation to do that. And I will do this with acrylic in some cases. Because, like I said, my experience with this yarn is that it will grow in length because of the weight. So I will wash it and I will stretch it so that the person wearing it, either be me or someone else, does not have that issue. It comes pre-stretched. So I need some time to do that. That's the rant. I need some time to do that, so I'm hoping to finish it this week. Because next week, yeah, Friday, it'll be D-Day. I have 6 balls, so if I have something left over, I will try the top-down version. I might not do that on 6 mils, or 6.5, but I might. I'm not sure yet. We will see when I get there. If I do, I won't hold it double, because I would like the fluffiness of it all. So yeah. Let's move on to other whips, because we have segued right into that from finished to a hoe to now whips. Because excite me. So this is the yarn I got with my friend while we were on a trip for my birthday, which means you haven't seen this yet. Dang, I don't know where the tags are. We went to a yarn store about an hour away because we went to the sauna, and we have this tradition of when we go on trips. One of my friends just went, I evicted my uterus. I didn't even need my glasses to read that. Yeah, I should have turned off my internet. Okay, I hope she feels well. Yeah. When we go on trips, I buy yarn, and I make something to commemorate that trip. I started that tradition in Portugal, where I got some yarn and I made a baby blanket. Then, when we went to London in 2019, I got some very cheap scratchy yarn. From Poundland or something, because we couldn't find a yarn store at that time. I made a blanket with that. Then we had our staycation, which we went to see an old fortress at the Dutch-German border. And I got some scheepjes, because scheepjes is locally to the Netherlands. So, the idea was to make a blanket. I did not do that. I ripped it back recently, and part of it is now in my scrappy bag. So for this one, we went to a yarn store in Yaura. called Azure, which basically means the art of knitting holes. I like that store. I want to go back. We didn't have a lot of time because we actually booked the time to get into the sauna, but I would have happily spent another hour in there. As it was, I had 15 minutes. Okay, so I have been hinting at several people that know me and own a car. Can you take me? I want to go there, please. I will buy you coffee. I will buy you coffee. Take me. They haven't yet. But okay. At some point I might just figure out how to do that with a bus and go. So I got yarn. And it is pretty. I don't remember the name. I will find the tag. It's in my purse somewhere. Because I kept it because I think I'm going to need another one. I got 2, which equals 700 meters. I figured I can do a top. I can do a top if I don't do any fancy work. I need to remember that for next time. This is Japanese maple. Brand, I don't know, but I will add. And I worked on this before I switched to other stuff. So I'm gonna scooch up on you. And I will figure out how I tangled myself in here. There we go. Because this has been living in my project purse, which is basically just a big old bag from a floor heating company my friend gave me. Yeah. My brain was like, you know, can I do a cable into a rib? Answer is yes, you can. There you go. And then I was like, well, let me do some work in there. So I am doing they call it the butterfly stitch. I don't see the butterflies. It just looks like a smocking. And not as extreme as on my Jane sweater. But yeah. I'm also doing a horseshoe right around there, which should be underneath the arms. So it will split. And the pearl rose will be the border of the top in my braid. I'm not using a pattern for this, as is tradition. Excuse me. Tradition with the staycation yarns. Last year when we went to London again, I bought yarn at Loop, and I'm making a Jane sweater again with that to write down a pattern. But I also made Charlotte there without a pattern because we got to the yarn shop really late. So first one is already in completely. I started the other one. I still need a little length because yeah, I'm not a tiny lady. Let me push it down a little bit. Boop. And I want it right there. So I'm gonna need some more length, and then I'm gonna split for sleeves, do a round neck line. Yeah, now people need me even more. We can wait, yeah. This been on hold for a little bit, but yeah, let me get some dropped stitches back on. I should have known better. The repeat is easy enough. I turned both into a 7-row repeat. Officially, one of them is 6 rows and the other is 7. It was more convenient for me to just put them all at the same row because I live for convenience of mind. So yeah, this is my bag. There you go. Boop, boop. And I actually using a cable needle for this, for the horseshoe, not for the other things. Got this from my friend's mom as well. Yeah. And then we have some tiny stuff also for more kids, but we're already at half an hour, so I will try to not slow down a lot. Yeah, I'm a thrift store girly, so I got this at the thrift store a while ago. It is 100% cotton. It is just a couple of loose threads. I did not know what to do with it because it didn't work as a top. So I am making a market bag. Now this is the pattern that Passionate Knits always links in her videos when she does them. I am using a 3mm hook for this. I'm about halfway through. And what I think the idea is that you do the rip part, you do the mesh part, and then you do another rippy part, and you just fold the entire thing like that. And then the straps. We'll see. I'm not enjoying this pretty much. It's boring. But hey, if I can get a lot of this out, I might over-dye it, which does sound like fun. We'll see. It's also a market thing. So I'm just looking at what can I make and what do I like to make. And if I don't like it, I might not make it again. So yeah. Moving on. This is the star, let me show you the proper side, shaped baby sleeping bag. And like I said, I don't remember. I tried to find who I bought this from. I follow her on Instagram. But yeah, I am working on this at the moment. So baby's face goes there. And I am doing it in pink because they also sell a Patrick from SpongeBob pants pattern for it. And I want to make that. Do I have a baby? No! Do I care? Also no! I bought yarn for this. This was the first yarn I bought. And we were already in April. So I did the center, I did the legs, I did the face. I am now working on giving it some girth. Like it will now go, instead of that, it will go like that. And from there I'll see. This is my first bowl. I have which much left. It's a 100% acrylic because if you have a baby, babies are messy. You will want to wash this. So an acrylic you can wash. That's my mindset. So yeah, there's that. Can't tell you more about. Yeah, I can. So it's a acrylic from a different store than the red yarn. It is slightly softer to the feel. I like it. I'm using it as a single, held single. Pattern asks for 4mm hook. I am using a, which I also didn't tell you on my proper project. That's a 3.5 or 3. I'm not sure. And the thingies disappeared. But either way, pattern calls for 4mm crochet hook on the star. Did not get gauge. I think gauge is important in this case because you want the right kind of fabric. I had to go down to a 3mm hook to get gauge, which means that my yarn is slightly too thick for my crochet hook, and I am still going through with it. I just need to pay attention that I take the entire thread and it's in pieces. So yeah, there's that. My brain is already overloaded with all this other stuff I need to do. Last one, I promise. And I don't have plans. What you see here is what I'm gonna finish this month, so we're not doing plans. We're not doing a rand at the end this time. I am doing the Hobbii Be Your Own Star coil, which is currently on week 3. I am still in week 1. Now, I did not swatch for this. It's a show. If it gets big, it will get big. If it's too small, I will do another repeat at the end. There it is. It has puff stitches. It has popcorn stitches. It has that ugly ridge, which I hate. I might get attached to it once I keep going and it gets repeated all the time. Right now, I hate that, and that's the reason I am still on part 1. I flipped that around, and I did that on the back. And the white line got too big in my opinion, so I put it back and I'm doing it again. I am using 100% acrylic from Stash. Yeah. Pattern calls for 4mm hook. That's what I'm using. I did not swatch. I don't care. It's a scarf. It's a scarf. I'm not swatching on a scarf. Yeah. Sad noises over here. Yeah. So that's it. Am I enjoying the co? Yes. I am not enjoying the group. Because that chat is not social, really. It's just more like showboating and not a lot of conversation, which I think is sad. I could have done with some convos, you know. I'm in there I do CALs for the social bit. I like talking to people about craft because I don't have a lot of people who do the same craft. I have a lot of crafty people. I don't have a lot of people who do the same crafts as I do in my life. So yeah. There's that. So for now, I'm finishing stuff. I'm gonna finish stuff, and I probably will make some more random shit. And I will see you all in May, which will be a week late, because first Monday of the month is May 5th, which, as you may or may not know, is Dutch Independence Day from the Second World War. And I am doing a Disney event. Can you imagine me as a Disney character? So yeah, weekend before that I am going to Comic-Con in the Brabanthallen, which is on the other side of the country for me. So I might be a little overstimulated. I might be a little tired. I might be everything at once. So yeah, it's gonna be a week late. It will be on the 2nd week of May. Which is already pre-planned, so I'm looking ahead. Yeah, I'm also finishing some costume parts. My costume still needs cloak. I have just under a month to finish that, so it should be fine. I hope, because from the looks of it, my last free weekend just got booked for a wine tasting. My life is chaos at the moment. Yeah. Okay, so I hope everyone is doing well. Tell me what you've been working on. How random are your projects at the moment? And yeah, I will see you in the 2nd week of May, probably. Okay, take care and bye-bye.